In today's lecture, we will talk about vector form of Coulomb's law. We have seen in part 4 examples related to Coulomb's law, then scalar form of Coulomb's law. So, let's see when we prove or when we try to find the force according to Coulomb's law in vector form, how can we find that, right? Suppose let's consider a system having two different charges q1 and q2 having their position vectors as r1 bar and r2 bar. So if you want to find the force between these two charges, you have to consider the position vectors of those two charges. Now the distance between q1 and q2 will be r12 bar or r21 bar, which depends on the reference. If you are calculating the force by q2 on q1, you should consider r12 bar, right? Because we will find F12 bar, force by q2 on q1, right? Similarly, if you are finding force by q1 on q2, then you should consider F21 bar or R21 bar as the distance vector. Okay, now we know the formula of Coulomb's law, which is F equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 or K q1 q2 are scalar quantities, so there is no need to mention them in the form of vector. Okay, in the division we mention distance square of the distance, which is r12 bar. Now let's assume that I am calculating f12 bar in vector form. So it will be like this: r12 bar mod of r12 bar square into r12 caret. This represents the direction of force, right? Now what is the value of r12 bar? So according to scalar mathematics, r12 bar will be r1 bar minus r2 bar. So let's substitute this value at the form or in the place of r12 bar. So it will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 upon r1 bar minus r2 bar square r12 caret. This is the vector form of force between these two charges. Now I will try to find the force by q1 on q2, which is F21 bar, right? So F21 bar will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 upon r21 bar mod square into r21 caret, where caret represents the direction of force, right? We know that what will be in place of r21 bar. So r21 bar equals to r2 bar minus r1 bar. So F21 bar equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 upon r2 minus r1 square r21 caret. This will be the force between q1 q2, but the line of force between q1 q2 is from q2 to q1. This is q1 to q2. So if we talk about the values, the magnitude of force, so both the force will be equal. But if we talk about the direction of force, then it will be exact opposite. F12 equals to minus F21. Right? So this is the vector form of Coulomb's law, where you have to consider the position vectors and the distance vector between given two charges. Right? Now we will move further. When the situation is something like more than two charges are given or more than two charges are present in a system, and we have to find the total force by all the charges on a single charge, which is called the principle of convergence or force due to multiple charges. Force due to multiple charges. So friends, let's consider a system having more than two charges. Suppose this is a system having Q1, Q2, Q3, and here at the origin Q coulomb charge, and the distance of Q1, Q2, Q3 are R1, R2 and R3 respectively from the charge Q. Right? Now we want to calculate the total force on Q by these three charges. So what will I do? I will simply calculate the force between Q and Q1, Q and Q2, Q and Q3. Then we'll find total F equals to F1 plus F2 plus F3. Right? So what will be F1? According to Coulomb's law, F1 will be K Q1 upon R1 square. Okay? We are not talking about vector form here, we are talking about scalar format. Now F2 equals to K Q2 upon R2 square, and F3, force by Q3 on Q, F3 equals to K Q3 upon R3 square. Now to find total force on Q, we will have to consider F1 plus F2 plus F3, which is the algebraic addition of all the forces. Right? So F1 will be K Q1 upon R1 square, F2 will be K Q2 upon R2 square, and F3 will be K Q3 upon R3 square. Okay? Now you can see that KQ is a common factor. So we will take KQ as common, and what will remain? Q1 upon R1 square plus Q2 upon R2 square plus Q3 upon R3 square. Right? Now to sum up this as a general formula, we should write KQ sigma, which is the representation of addition, I equals to 1 to n. If there are n charges, here we have 3 charges, but if there are n charges, then it will be written like this: Qi upon Ri square. So this will be the total force on any individual charge by all the charges present in a system. If you want to write this whole calculation in a vector form, then you just have to change the distance. What will come in the place of distance? Position vectors or the distance vectors. And you just have to put Ri caret here. Right? So again, force due to multiple charges, when multiple charges applying force on a single charge, you will have to find the force by individual charges, each and individual charges, then you have to sum up those forces to get the total force. Okay? So if you like this video, then give us a like, share this video with your friends so they can learn. If you are having any doubt, then let me know in the comment section. and please subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you.